Hello, everybody, and welcome back to The Modern Firm, where we speak with forward-thinking leaders in the accounting, tax, finance world. Today, I'm thrilled to have Caryn Silvius with me. She's the owner of Olive Branch Bookkeeping, and with over 15 years of experience in bookkeeping across multiple industries. Caryn's journey spans everything from real estate to construction, and she's seen firsthand how house owners can thrive with the right financial strategy. Caryn, very excited to have you here today.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. Thank you.
Course, anytime. So, Caryn, let's start with your journey. How did you
Yeah.
make the transition from the beauty industry to bookkeeping and eventually having your own firm?
So I kind of got thrown into bookkeeping. My mom and dad owned a small shop in California that did hydraulic cylinder repair. So I kind of grew up around bookkeeping my whole life. I used to go there summer times, any kind of breaks, whatever. We were always at the shop. So answering phones, kind of just watching my mom do stuff. And when I graduated high school, I went to beauty school, got my degree, cosmetology license, if you will. And it was tough, like, finding people to, like, work on getting clientele was very, very hard. I was 19 years old, and so in the meantime, to subsidize my income, I worked back at my mom and dad's shop, and I was better at that than I was at hair. Come to find out later in my later years, I'm actually colorblind. So I probably shouldn't have been a hairstylist. So it kind of worked out for the best. And so I did that for quite a few years, was really good at it. And then my husband and I moved our family to Idaho. And then I went to a big firm, multi-million-dollar firm, and fell in love with that. I did sales as well as bookkeeping, which was kind of odd. I don't know why I was put into both positions. So I managed their sales team. And then I left that, went to work with my husband, who is a real estate agent. He'd been begging me for years to leave my job, but I'm a loyal person. I can't just leave people high and dry. So I was like, no, 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 no. They got acquired by another company, and I saw an out. I was like, you know what? I don't have any loyalty to this new company. So I left, worked with my husband. We grew his real estate team. And then I saw people struggling with their finances in that. Real estate agents just don't know how to run businesses. They've never ran businesses before. So I've always been the type of person that I wanted to help. My degree is actually in psychology because I've just always loved helping people. I want to see people thrive. I just think it's wonderful to see people succeed. And so I just started helping people, and then Olive Branch was born. I extended an Olive Branch to one person, which meant I extended it to 50 others, and here I am today.
Absolutely. I love to hear
Yeah.
that journey. So, how was your husband's real estate business going, and how long has he been doing that?
So he is not doing it anymore. He was really good at it. He was very good at it, but it's a very draining business. It's a lot. I don't think people realize what real estate agents do behind the scenes. And a lot of them are slimy. I mean, they're out there, trust me, I get it. But he really cared about his clients. He did it for, let's see, 5, 6, I think like 8 years. So he did it for a while, and he was a really high producer. He did over 30 deals a year, even his first year. So he did a lot, but it's draining. It's a lot of work. And I mean, he had some people, one of his worst deals was a foreclosure house. And it was just really hard because there was kids involved, and it was just really sad, and it just broke his heart. It just took a toll on him. So he quit doing that. We kind of reversed, right? So I helped him build his. He's helped me build mine. So he helped me build mine. He's really good at systems and operations and building technology and all that stuff. So he did that and fell in love with the operations side. And so now he has a business where he helps people build their operations.
That's amazing. I love to hear
Yeah.
that journey. So, was
Yeah.
there a moment for you where you kind of were like, I want to go all in on this firm, or what made you take the risk of starting your own business opposed to just staying in public accounting or whatever, or
Yes.
bookkeeping or anything and just moving up the ranks?
Yeah. It's funny. My husband, for years after I left my old job, was like, you should start your own firm. And I was like, no. Absolutely not. Like, there's no way. I don't have the knowledge. I'm not confident enough. Like, there's just no way. And when I started helping people and they were like, oh my gosh, you're so smart. I would have never thought of this. I would have never thought of that. Cause I try to think outside the box for a lot of things. And I was like, all right, let's do this. Like, why not? And then I would say 23, end of 22, beginning of 23, my husband was like, you just need to push yourself and just go all in. And I was like, sure, what do we have to lose? We have just sold our house. We had all this money stockpiled. He wanted to get out of real estate. It was super scary, but I was like, let's just do it. We've been entrepreneurs for years at this point. It wasn't as scary to me. When he first became a real estate agent and went down that path, I was terrified. Like the income is gone. He was more than 50% our income. I didn't know if we were going to make it or if we were going to break it. I was terrified. But
Yeah.
after I saw that we could succeed, it wasn't as scary going into business for myself and my firm.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
starting a business it's the hardest part is the
It's
beginning,
the
right?
hardest part.
The first 6 months, whatever the case may be, building all the systems and everything, that's
Yes.
the hardest part. And then from there, the risk pays
Yes.
off. Yeah,
It does. Yeah.
totally.
It definitely does. And the first 2 years were slow to get to where I'm at today, but now it's like I just can see the growth every couple of months. I'm like, this is great. Like, okay, we can keep going. We can keep, I mean, I just hired another person. Today is her first day, so it's like, it's terrifying. I was scared to even hire this next person because I'm like, what if I don't have enough work, or what if, the work's not up to par? Like, I'm very particular about how I take care of my clients, so it's terrifying all around.
Absolutely. It's about delegation. I mean, I'm the same way. My dad's the same
Yes.
way. He does not want to let anyone else do anything. He
Yeah,
wants to do it all himself.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, Karen, I'd love to zoom into your work with like the construction businesses.
Mhm.
And I know that cash flow is kind of a big topic in that industry. So, what are some common challenges you're seeing, and how do you like help your clients kind of manage those?
Yeah, absolutely. So the hardest thing for my clients is they feel like they're the bank. So a lot of them are new builds. I do have some remodel guys, which are great. The remodel guys, typically you ask for like 50% down and then like a portion of it halfway and then the rest at the end. So that's great. Your cash flow is usually pretty consistent there. But my new construction guys find that they have to work with the banks, and usually the bank is the bank, right? You think that they supply the money and then the contractor then goes and hires X, Y, Z, and then you move on. A lot of the times that's not the case.
Really?
What happens is the bank is involved and they have to do draw schedules, but they have to show their work before they can get any money. And so the construction guys are paying their vendors to lay concrete or do framing or whatever the case is before they even see a dime from the bank. So they have to fund it, which is really weird, but it happens all the time. So what I have to do is I come in because they're like, I don't see the cash flow, like money comes in, money goes out. I'm reimbursing myself, but I just feel like I'm in this rat race, right? And so I'm like, well, let's look at it. Like, how do you have it set up? Where do we see any inconsistencies, any inefficiencies? And I come in and I go, okay, what we need to do is we need to create a line of credit. You need to go out, get multiple streams of lines of credit. That way you're borrowing money from someone else until the bank can refund you, because you can't just use your own cash flow and then
For
you're
sure.
out of money and you're not hitting payroll because you're waiting for the bank to pay you and you've drained all your savings.
Gotcha. How
So
long?
that's the biggest
That's
problem.
that's weird. I've never heard of that. So,
Yeah.
let's say a business funds a project. How long will it
Yep.
typically take for the bank to repay them?
It depends on the bank. Like, I have
Okay.
one guy that he has been trying to get caught up from the bank the entire project. So he'll go and get some money in and he's got like $80,000 that he got in, but he may have spent 120. So there's a discrepancy. So now he's still out 40,000, but the bank doesn't see it that way. They're like, "Well, the job's not done. It's not completely finished. So I'm only going to fund you X amount." They're like, "How do I prove it to you? I'm showing you I've paid all the bills. I'm showing you." So it just depends on the bank, where I've got other guys that literally get funding right away. So it just depends on the bank, really.
That's interesting. I
Yeah.
didn't know that. So, is the
Yeah.
strategy then they go take out like small business loans then, or
Yeah, some of them can do that. I always recommend a line of credit. Those are easier because you can pull money out, and then once you get reimbursed back from the bank, you can put the funds back into your line of credit and keep drawing on it. So it's really nice. Small business loans, you get a lump sum of it up front, and you then have to pay weekly, and the interest rates on those are usually higher. So I don't usually say small business loans, but if you have to, some people with lower credit scores have to get those. They can't get lines of credits.
gotcha.
So I prefer a line of credits,
Gotcha.
typically.
That's interesting. I didn't know
Yeah.
that before. The bank makes you wait until afterwards.
Yeah, and not all of them do that. Some of them are really great and they'll fund it right up front and
Yeah.
not reimburse you, but a lot of them will reimburse you as you
Yeah.
go.
That's
It's
interesting.
it's weird. It's very
Especially for
weird.
like a developing business who doesn't have,
Yes.
that's a weird constraint.
Yes, I know. It is. It's hard. It's really hard.
Totally. Totally.
Mhm.
Awesome. So moving into technology, I'd like to hit on this. So
Yeah.
how are you using technology in your bookkeeping processes if you are? And then are there any like innovations or tools that you've been using that have been helping you out?
Yes. Okay. So I love technology. I am a millennial, so technology is nice, but I sometimes struggle with it. I am learning stuff all the time. Okay. When I first started out, we had an accounting software and Excel. That's it. And a lot of the times I actually had ledgers, like physical ledgers that I would have to write my bank balance every day and like checks, like a
Yeah.
checkbook, right? Reference. That's how I started out. Now I have so much. I use a CRM called Keeper, which I can import all of my clients' QuickBooks stuff. I can catch inconsistencies. I can see what something was categorized before, how it was currently categorized, make sure that that's correct. I've got Gusto, which is my favorite payroll platform. I'm sure everyone's heard of it. ADP is great as well. I've used them as well. QuickBooks has got one. It's not my favorite, but there's so many things out there for me to make sure that I'm doing everything right. There's softwares out there for you to create LLCs for other people nationwide. I mean, the list goes on and on. I've got Slack where I talk to all of my clients, I talk to all of my team members. I don't even know. There's so many things out there. ChatGPT is also great. Like I know
Yep.
people got super scared for ChatGPT because they're like, are they going to take my job?
Yep.
Maybe, sure. Like if somebody wants AI, but AI is not perfect either. QuickBooks
Exactly.
has AI software in there for like categorizing transactions. They don't get it right 100% of the time. So you need a human to double check all of that.
Yep.
But ChatGPT is great. I can look up tax codes to see like are there loopholes around this, that, or the other? Like what can I
Yeah.
do for my clients? Like how
Totally.
can I build SOPs better? Like there's so many great things. I could go on and on about that.
List goes on. Yeah, I love how you're
Yes.
doing that actually, because the biggest thing that I've been seeing when I speak to firm owners in regards to AI or automation is that their first instinct is to think that AI is going to replace me, I'm going to be out of a
Yes.
job, and my firm's going to
Yes.
collapse, everything like
Yeah.
that. And I tell them time and time again, like the way you're doing it, Karen's perfect. You're
Yeah.
leveraging the tools to
Yes.
help your business. It's not going to replace you because you
No.
always need the human connection.
Yep.
And that's the biggest thing that I've been telling people is they're so
Mhm.
scared that they're just going to get completely replaced when that's not the
Yeah.
case.
Yes. I know. I was terrified. The first 6 months, I was like, "Babe, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know how to use this." And it's learned me, right? Like, AI learns you and how you work, and, like, I record all my calls, I record everything because not because I need it for legal reasons, but I like to go back. It's got note takers in it, and I can go back and get my task list from it. Like I talk to clients I just had a meeting on Friday at the end of the day where I had a client ask me for a bunch of stuff, and I had my recorder in there, and it created the tasks that I literally dump into my CRM so that I can say, this is when I need to get it done, and this is what my client needs. And it's wonderful. I love it.
Totally, totally. So what do you think in your prediction, what impact will this have on like the entire bookkeeping industry, maybe 5, 10 years down the line? Where do you think it's headed?
Oh, man, I don't know. I think it can be really positive. I think if bookkeepers and owners can stop being scared of it, like you said, like help it run your business, but don't let it take over. Like you still need to keep up on trends. You still need to like retain knowledge. You still need to learn yourself because if you're just letting AI do everything for you, then it's not a good model. But I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know where it's going to go. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't have a crystal ball, but I really think it's going to launch us and really
Totally,
help us take on more clients.
totally. I mean, no one really knows. AI is still
Yeah.
new. Who knows what it's going to look like 5, 10
Yep.
years down the line, robots and whatnot,
Like people, I'm gonna have a robot Karen here
right?
talking.
Oh my goodness, totally. So touching back on the construction, I know you guys work with construction businesses. And with everything going now with tariffs and everything like that, are you guys starting to see some effects of that trickling in or not?
Not
Not yet?
yet. I saw a bigger impact in 2020 when housing prices skyrocketed. It was mainly because materials skyrocketed. COVID really launched a lot of that for us already. So I don't know. I don't know what it's going to do. A lot of things that people get for construction are in the US, the lumber and everything's all here, but we do
Yeah.
outsource a lot of materials like metals and stuff. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
who knows what the world's gonna look like
I
in a
know.
few
I'm
years here.
sure it'll go up. I'm
Yeah,
sure it'll go up, but I'm interested to see how far up it goes before it crashes. Yeah.
100%. So Karen, I know you're juggling, multiple ventures, Olive Branch Bookkeeping, Silvius Enterprises, and the real estate work and everything like that. So how do you balance that with client work and then managing your own business growth and everything like that? What are your tips and tricks to staying on board with everything?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still learning that part. It's definitely challenging. Whatever I'm succeeding in, I'm failing somewhere else. So, I may be succeeding in Olive Branch right now, but I might be failing my kids somewhere. I don't know where to pick up the slack, but I live out of my Google Calendar. That I could show you that and you would be like, "My gosh, like, that looks insane," because I have so many calendars tied to my one calendar, and there's all these color coded everywhere. I mean, I have go to the gym in the morning, like, I have literal date nights are scheduled on there, like,
Eat
I live
breakfast.
out I do, like, I have to put it in there. If I don't, I'll forget. So, I do my best keeping a list together and keeping myself organized. I mean, tomorrow I have a half day where my husband and I get together every quarter and we go over all the businesses and what the profit and loss looks like, what's our goal look like, what does the next 3 months look like. Then we look at the family life, like what's going on there. Do we need to, reschedule stuff so we try to meet once a quarter to go over everything.
I love that. I like that you schedule that. That's very good. I
Yes,
feel like a lot of people don't do that and things just kind of slip between the
they
cracks and they don't
do.
end up making time for anything.
And we saw that early on. Like it was like, we didn't really goal plan. We didn't really sit down and look at our finances and forecasts. Like it's all stuff I know what to do. It's all stuff I teach my clients to do, but I'm like, we're not doing that ourselves. And so I'm like, no, we need to do it. We need to do
Absolutely.
it.
Got to implement what you're saying.
Yes.
Totally, totally. Last question, Karen, is what advice would you give to someone, who's trying to branch out and build their own bookkeeping business, especially if they don't have business experience prior, if they're
Mhm.
just a bookkeeper and they want to launch their own firm?
Just do it. Like, you don't ever know what you're gonna get yourself into until you do it, and you may shock yourself. Like, I didn't think I had the knowledge. I didn't think I've known this my whole life, so to me, it felt second nature. I'm like, "Everybody knows this. I'm not that smart." And then I'm like, "Not everybody knows this. Like, how can I help others?" You'd be surprised. You might know something that I don't know. Like, I'm always learning, even from my team. Like, they teach me something every day. So just put your ego to the side and try it.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
very insightful. It's definitely something that more people need to hear. Everyone is just scared to take the risk. So where can people, connect with you if they want to reach out or learn more about your business or anything like that?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can reach out to me on all the social media platforms, Olive Branch Bookkeeping, Olive Branch BK. And then our website's olivebranchbk.com. You can schedule calls with me there. You can reach out to it's a bot, but it's really not. It's me. I'm on GHL. So I'm typing back to you. So it's really me or my husband, one of the two of us. So you can reach out to us there. You can also connect with me if you want to email me directly. You can. It's Karen@obbooks.net.
Well, thank you again, Karen. This has been an amazing conversation. I'll be sure to link all your details in the show notes so that the listeners can connect with you. And I look forward to seeing where you take things and what happens
Yeah.
with your businesses. I wish you the best of luck with everything. Thanks
Thank
again.
you so much. I appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you guys for listening, and we will catch you in the next one.